Pepin of Landen, also called the Elder or the Old, was the mayor of the Palace of Austrasia under the Merovingian king Dagobert I from 623 to 629. He was also the mayor for Sigebert III from 639 until his death, through the marriage of his daughter Bega to Ansegisel, a son of Arnulf of Metz. The clans of the Pippinids and the Arnulfings were united, giving rise to a family which would eventually rule the Franks as the Carolingians. Life. Pepin's father is named Carloman by the Chronicle of Fredegar, the chief source for his life. His by-name comes from his probable birthplace, Landen, modern Belgium. He is sometimes called Pepin I, and his other nicknames come from his position at the head of the family called the Pippinids after him. He was lord of a great part of Brabant, and governor of Austrasia, when Theodebert II, king of that country, was defeated by Theodoric II, king of Burgundy. In 613, several leading magnates of Austrasia and Burgundy abandoned Brunhilde, the great-grandmother and regent of their king, Sigebert II, and turned to Clothar II of Neustria for support, promising not to rise in defense of the queen regent and recognizing Clothar as rightful regent and guardian of the young king. Chief among these leading men were Warnachar II, Rado, Arnulf, and Pepin. The latter two were described by Fredegar as the two most powerful barons of Austrasia, and they made some agreement with Clothar at Andernach. However, while Rado was confirmed as mayor in Austrasia and Warnachar in Burgundy, Pepin did not receive his reward until 623. When he was appointed mayor in Austrasia after Clothar made his young son Dagobert king there. Arnulf, his lifelong friend, was appointed advisor to the new king alongside him. Pepin was praised by his contemporaries for his good government and wise counsel. Though some enemies tried to turn the king against him, their plots were foiled and Pepin remained on good terms with the king until 629, when, for reasons unknown, he retired to his estates, where he remained for the next decade, until Dagobert's death. On his death, Pepin came out of retirement to take on the mayoralty in Austrasia for the heir Sigebert III and to oversee the distribution of the treasury between Sigebert and his brother, Clovis II, and his stepmother Nanthild, who was ruling on Clovis' behalf in Neustria and Burgundy. Sigebert's share of the inheritance was amicably surrendered, partly because of the friendship between Pepin and the Burgundian mayor of the palace, Aega. Pepin and Arnulf's successor as chief counsellor to the king, Cunibert, bishop of Cologne, received the treasure at Compiègne and brought it back to Metz. Not long after, both Pepin and Aega died. He was so popular in Austrasia that, though he was never canonized, he was listed as a saint in some martyrologies. Butler lists him as blessed. His feast day was the 21st of February. He left 2 daughters and 2 sons by his equally famous wife, Itta. Bega, married the aforementioned Ansegisel and later canonized. Grimwald, later mayor of the palace like his father, Bavo, became a hermit and later canonized. Gertrude entered the convent of Nivelles founded by her mother, also later canonized.